Hey guys, this is Oblong again for EA Sports. This week we are looking at the Extreme Tournament. I've played a lot of these and thought I could pass along some tips to help some people that might be struggling with scores. Lord knows these Extreme Tournaments can be pretty trying, and I picked a real winner to show you guys. This is Pinehurst from Sunday evening. One of the toughest courses you can play on an Extreme Tournament as far as I'm concerned. And looking at the scoreboard here, you can see we got the leader at -8, and only 11 people out of 100 have even shot under par for the course. So I'm going to do my best to try and hang with the pack on this one and hopefully give you guys some tips along the way. First hole at Pinehurst, not a very tough hole, and they've given us a 16-mile-an-hour wind at 9 o'clock, so I'm just going to aim over about to the edge of the fairway there. I know the wind's going to push it back over in the middle. I know I can get close enough here to get within pitch or punch distance, so that's why I aired it out on this one. And sure enough, I've left myself well within a pitching range. I got to check the conditions. I see that they're very fast. That plays a big role in how the shots will go. With a pitch, it's probably going to go 2 or 3 extra yards just because of the very fast greens. So I'm going to aim a little bit to the right to account for the wind again. And it's uphill, so I de-lofted a little bit to add an extra spin, and hopefully we get it up there fairly close. And that's well within my range of about a 6-foot putt. I always check left and right of the cup just to see if there's any elevation changes. And I know from experience that this putt breaks a little bit to the right, and oops, well, I didn't quite get that right, so now I've got myself a little bit of a tester for par. One thing, when I recorded this, I played through it pretty quick, so I didn't want to make a 40-minute video of me playing an Extreme, so I really kind of hit these shots pretty quick, and it shows in a few places. In fact, hole number 2, it really shows in a bad way. This is an extremely tough green to land on here, and with winds coming at 13 miles an hour from right to left, I try and adjust for the winds, and always, if you can de-loft your club, it will help it to stick more. So what I'm going to try and do is just de-loft my club, that is, put forward in the right stick, and try and get it to stick. And this one, I just hit it just a little bit too far. It was starting to come back, but this turtleback green, it just took me right off the green. So now I'm looking just to get up and down for par, and this one I played a little bit quick because while I did adjust for the wind and stuff well, I didn't think about how that green tails off really hard to the left. And you can see I'm right up there, and there you go. That's Pinehurst right there. Really makes you pay if you don't play smart. So now I'm looking here at just a shot for a par, and once again, Pinehurst can make you pay. This one right up to the cup, and there you go, right back down again. So now I'm looking at a pitch in for bogey. I'm going to make sure I get it up there this time, so I put a little extra on this one, and wish I would have made that, but now I'm 2 over after 2, and I'm really worried because I know there's some tough holes coming up as well. Third hole, here's where the winds kick up. 31-mile-an-hour wind at about 8 o'clock. What I do is I look at about 1 screen over is 10 miles an hour to adjust, so I adjust 3 screens over, if that makes sense to what I'm saying, and I got middle of the fairway. Again, first thing I do is I'll adjust from my left to right, and what I do is from the pin I go over one screen that's 10 miles an hour and another screen's 20. And then I look at my elevation. It's uphill, so I add a little bit for elevation, and then I add for the wind. And at 30 miles an hour, I'm adding about 40, 50 miles an hour to this one. Got a little bit aggressive with this one, and rolled right off the back of the green. So now I'm off the green again. I'm really mad after that double bogey too, and I'm like, let me just put one up here, and I got kind of lucky here. It got real good and close. So now, again, I check my left and right elevation, and it also helps to know the greens. Even though this one showed flat, I knew it broke a little bit to the left, and I took a guess and accounted for it. Hole 4, we've got a 18 mile an hour wind at 8 o'clock. This is a par 5. It's a long hole. Just throw one out in the fairway. Got a little bit of a, you can see I'm always checking my elevation first, how my golfer is sitting. So first I adjust for the wind, 18 miles an hour. I look at one screen and then two screens. There's 20. And then I come back in a little bit because my ball's laying below my feet. So I need to adjust for that because the ball's going to tend to fly off to the right in a situation like that. So I adjust for that and try and get it up there. Didn't really aim that well, but the sand is not that bad of a place to be. Hopefully I can get up and down for par here. Again, adjust. The wind is going to affect a little bit on a pitch shot, not as much as it would on a full shot. So I adjust a little bit for the wind and just try and get it up there close, and that's not a bad pitch right there. I'm within my range, 4 feet. Again, if you're that close, you can pretty much over-aim a little bit and just slam it in the hole. 5th hole, we've got a 25 mile an hour wind at 2 o'clock, and this is an extremely tough hole, but the wind was favorable here that I thought I could get it up within punch range. Anytime you can punch the ball instead of doing a full shot, you're probably a little bit safer with a punch shot in the high winds. The high winds won't affect a punch shot as much, and it's just a safer shot. And sure enough, I'm within 100 yards, so pitch punching is a favorable shot here. And I don't want to go down in that gully to the left. That's the worst place you can be on that hole. So I try and play it a little conservatively, and I actually played it way too conservatively. I didn't even get up on the green. I'm right on the fringe, so I've got the choice of putting or chipping, and when I'm got a situation like that, I'm going to pick the chip. It's a little bit safer shot than putting without the grid, so I just chip one up there, put it about 5 feet from the cup. Anytime I'm within 5 feet, I'm pretty much just going to try and slam into the hole. I know that it tails off pretty hard to the left, so I'm just going to aim right edge here and just push it in the hole, and par's a good score there. All right, 6th hole here is a par 3. Just about impossible to get one to stick on this green. In fact, I'm not even sure green is the best place to be on this hole because a bad putt you can roll right back off. So I just throw one up there, and I actually almost got this to hold. It paused for a second, and then sure enough rolled off the back of the green again. So I'm looking here, just thinking get my par and move on to the next hole and line myself up for a pitch. Just for the wind in my elevation, I'm going to aim a little to the left, and well, I got lucky there with a birdie. So 1 over after 6 holes.